Mm.
For me, it's going to be consistency in messaging people, because I do really good at the beginning of the week. I start off super strong, and by Wednesday, I lose all my air. And by the weekend, it's the weekend and there's 100,000 things going on. And so that's why these planning meetings are so important for me, because it energizes me to get my poop in a group and do what I need to do. So for me, it's going to be consistency of reach outs. Like, I need to be holding myself accountable.
Yeah. That's really good. I like that. And I think that for you, where I've seen you grow over the past year is your intention lived out of treating this like a business instead of just picking it up here and picking up here, which is, consistency. But your mindset has really changed there. And I think that that's the way that it's going to play out for the rest of the year this way for you. Mickey was just talking to me about the podcast that I put up from Bob earlier. And, he always says that inconsistency is fear, that we don't show up to do. We're inconsistent in that way because we have something we're afraid of, and maybe we haven't pinpointed it yet, or maybe we don't know, or maybe we do know. We're just so scared about it, we don't want to talk about it. But it shows.
No, I totally get it. And I've bitten off a really big piece of life that I have not yet experienced, that I'm going through right now. Some of you might know a little bit of details, but I have another person living in my house now, 2 other people. One's very little, one's an adult, and it's tough. So we've got some hard conversations coming. But outside of that, what I'm trying to say is this 2020 for me was, I went from going to work every day, like dropping my kids at school, going to work every day, and doing my professional job and doing a little bit of RF here and there, to being home all the time. So I've definitely taken advantage of doing more RNF, but I'm feeling totally disconnected from my paid job, where I really need to be showing up more. But with our numbers, we're not able to go into the office and work.
Yeah.
So kids have been homeschooling. That was new. Me working from home every single day was new. And so kids go back to school tomorrow. Kids go back to school tomorrow, and I am going back to work tomorrow. And it will be the first time in months that I've been out of my house and in something that I feel like will be a normal for me, that I've been really missing, because I do need that other part of my life. But I've been definitely taking advantage of the time that I have at home to establish more of my Rodan and Phil's business. And mostly just, I developed my customer service over the last year, because I'm not going to lie, I was kind of horseshit at it. I felt bad for some of the things that went down with some of my customers, like orders that went wrong. And customer service to me is never helpful. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it. Technology hates me and customer service hates me. So I feel bad about those customers, and I really stepped up my game there, and it's been paying off to just take care of the ones that I have super, super well, and then try and sprinkle in a few new ones here and there. So that's where I grew over the last year. But this year I need to focus more on adding consultants that are going to actually work.
Yep. I'm really proud of you. I think that's great. Would anybody else like to share some lessons that they learned last year, or a lesson that they learned last year that they are going to take into 2021 as a change?
I think for mine, I would say the lesson that I learned last year is just being confident in myself. Mm-hmm. That, we have all the tools, we have all the support, customer support, and of course our team. I have everything that I need to make my business successful, and I have to be confident with that. Like, if I don't have confidence in my support, then it's probably not going to be a good turnout. So I think just knowing that we have the right tools, like I said, and I can really make a big thing out of this. It's not just me washing my face, like how we all say. It's more than that, and I have to get out of that mindset or that tunnel vision, that it's that I shouldn't have to limit myself basically.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you guys who listened to Adrian Watley that night, this is a big business. And you do yourself a big disservice when you call it a side gig, or or just this little thing I do, or I wash my face and talk about it. Like, yes, we like the simplicity there, but my business isn't a little thing that I do. And for everybody, like, it has huge potential, and you do have all the support that you could possibly, actually, you have all support plus some, and some, and some, and some, and some that you could ever need. Between what we do as a team and what corporate gives us, holy moly. I mean, there are people coming in left and right, and people have always said that our biggest earners, you haven't even met them yet. The people that are going to build your team huge with you, you may not have even met them yet. And that's a really cool thing to think about, in the possibility of a whole year in front of you. Who are you going to meet that's going to blow your mind? Natasha?
I don't know. I haven't figured out the fix yet, but I know there is a lesson in there somewhere, as far as coaching and team building goes, because I feel like I have some people on my team that are really, really working hard. And then I have some people that joined and didn't do anything. And I know that I did my part in the beginning coaching, but I feel like that there's something in part 2 that I don't know if I could change, or if it's them, or if it's me, or I'm not really sure, but I want to revamp a little bit how I'm coaching my teams to make sure that I'm not just like some really good friend that wants them to do really well in their business, versus being a really great mentor that can lead them to success if they want to. I don't know. I feel like there's some fine line in there that I need to tweak, but I don't know where it is yet.
I have been exactly in your shoes before. If you would ever like to have a side conversation about that, I would be more than happy to, because I've learned some hard lessons, and I probably still have plenty to learn, and there is a fine line. But if I can tell you anything, the biggest core lesson that I learned was that I don't truly love the people on my team if I am not telling them the things that they need to hear to be successful. I am only being soft on them in that aspect to make myself feel better, to make it easier for me. It's actually not doing them any good at all. That's a really hard pill to swallow when you're like us. So, yeah, you'll figure it out because you're determined to figure it out. All right, guys, let's barrel into the month. The first thing that we're going to talk about is, of course, the mindset of the customer overall for the month of January. You guys you can unmute yourself or use the chat box. We're all grown here. What's the mindset of the customer in January? What's everybody thinking?
Trying to recover from the holidays.
Recover, rest. They are thinking, it's new year, new me, okay? And I actually am not a fan of that. You will see me say multiple times this month, new year, same you, change your habits. Like, it's nothing changes. There's no magic pill. But our consumer is thinking about what they can do to make these changes. They are fresh on their goals. It's all fresh on their mind. They're so excited. They have confidence that they can do it. Like, I don't think by the 3rd, most of them have been stopped yet, but maybe. I saw a meme that said, like, all the people that said that they were going to eat right, but at the beginning of the year, but now they're waiting till Monday. Those are my people. It made me laugh so hard because isn't that the truth, right? But anyway, so that's our mindset. They also are feeling equally as in, it's like the great purge. So what am I not taking in? What am I not doing in all of those things? And so where that comes to us in our business it's a really sweet spot, guys, because if you're coming in at a place of service, this is a sweet spot because we can help people love their skin head to toe. love their skin and love their lashes and love their brows and just love what they're looking at so much through that. So when as products are concerned, you always have a big opportunity, but you really have one during this month of January. So you guys need to be developing events for this month. And the one that I'm going to do later this month is called Get Glowing in 2021. Thank you. It's the most creative one that I've ever come up with, but I'm going to just offer a Zoom and I'm going to invite them to come on and I'm going to actually, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm just going to share with them some of my favorite products and I'm going to use the PowerPoint slide that I shared with you guys. I'm just going to change the theme of the background colors and stuff like that. And that's what I'm going to do. And so you guys need to be thinking about the mindset of your consumer, where they are and how you can serve them, because it doesn't do you any good just to know how they're feeling. You have to figure out, how can I serve them there? And so my suggestion is to create at least one event this month. I don't know what your month looks like. If you're able to do multiple, it's always a great idea. If you are able to do some back to back, then that kind of cramps it all together. And you're not pushing so much time out. But I will tell you, going into 2021, I'm a big fan of the Zoom event. I think Facebook events are fine, but I really think that they're dying. And I really think that people glaze over unless you are just so stinking effective at the way that you run it. I just really think that people are craving connection in an insane way. And we know this. And so how can we serve them in that aspect too? So looking at your calendar for this month, I do hope that you'll put some events down on there. I do hope that you'll ask some of your happy customers to host an event for you, because that worked out so well for us in March of last year. I know lots of you guys saw some major growth, as well as me, whenever we did that. So that's their mindset. That's how we can serve them there. The other way that we can serve them there is people are broke. Their credit cards are maxed out. Like, they had made some crappy financial decisions in November and December, because I know if I did, they did. Like, everybody does, for the most part. Everybody does. And so they're like, how can I change this? How can I change my spending? Maybe it was financially devastating for them in 2020, but they were in the middle of devastation and couldn't think of a way above it. And so we have a business opportunity every single day. But again, in January, you have this incredible opportunity to really serve people with this business opportunity. And so if you have not done this already, before you go to bed tonight, I want you to either have a paper or a whiteboard or a something, however you function best. And I want you to draw circles, either with, if you already know who you want on your team, if you've got like your hot list, go ahead and put names down in there. But I want you to write down how many people you want to bring onto your team this year, okay? However that ends up spreading out, you have to stay focused on that. And it becomes easier for you to then think about, these are the, this is how much I want to grow my personal team, right, this year. This is how many people I want to bring into my personal team this year. And okay, now I can start looking to fill in these bubbles. Now I can start thinking of who I can serve and in which ways and who might need it for what reason. Does that make sense to you guys? I really want you, it's one of the best habits that I've had consistently over the years. And it has worked out every year that I've worked it. Because the other thing is, you make your plan and you have to work your plan, okay? So I want you to do that by the time you go to bed tonight. The other question that we need to ask ourselves going into this month is, how will we be adding value? And so for me, that's going to be my virtual event. I'm going to add value that way. How am I going to do that? I am also going to pull out my books that I talked about last month. We were traveling a lot last month, and I did not do what I wanted to do last month. And so I am going to be, sharing my pomegranate trick with Scarlett. We love to do that every year. And then I'm going to be reading 2 books. And I have to say, Natasha, I watched you and your girls do that, and it was so wonderful. Like, you added value to the internet when you did that. And so whether it's with a tip or a trick or a how-to, or just something really inspirational and lovely, how are you going to add value to your network this month? Do you guys have any other ideas that you'd like to share? There's 9 brains on here.
I was thinking about, after listening to the podcast this morning, like what my talent is or how I'm going to share it. I don't know if this is the exact answer for myself, but it's just something I've been, thinking about. I am known, even like in the corporate world, I was known for sharing information, or like, whenever I found an update, you guys got the update too. Like we're always on the same page. And then I always saw myself as an entertainer. So I thought of it as, this year I'm gonna entertain people in my unique, quirky way, and also share information and relate it to skincare. So I don't know what the actual plan is, but I plan on doing it in my own way and sharing information.
That's exciting. I did hear that we are going to have some sort of recruiting incentive, corporate. In one of our emails in the next couple of weeks, I didn't hear that it's going to be a corporate recruiting incentive. So I don't know what it is, but do know that that's going to be some information that you're going to be able to use to share as well. I think product tutorials are always wonderful. Again, probably beating it a course here, but if you don't have a group in which you do that in, or maybe if you've been slack about it like me lately, pop back in there and do a pore sucker tutorial. Tell them where to put their eye cream, like show them how easy Lash Boost is, show them how long it actually takes to wash your face, show them the products that you use and how you use them, because everybody's skin is unique. And I think that it's fun for people to watch you and how you use your products. So definitely making sure that you know how you're going to add value, both with things that just bring some joy to the internet, and then also specifically through the thing that moves the bottom line on your business.
I also think that people really like hearing about things that we struggle with our skin too. Like I get good responses when I'm like, this friggin' zit, where did it come from? I don't know. Like I have all the products, I do all the right things. Like where did this come from? Like it's a good thing I have all these things that I can do. I'm not just stuck. But like people like hearing that we struggle too. They're like, oh my gosh, these puffy eyes, like these were not there in 2019, but they're here in 2020. To just like still be real. It's not like we all have perfect skin all the time because we use really great products. Like it's a work in progress. And I think that relaying that is important, because just because you're washing your face doesn't mean you're always going to have perfect skin.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Mickey, that's a good one. Foods that affect our face. That is really good. And I mean, I agree. That's actually one of the things on my list for January. I'm breaking out like crazy again down here. And I'm sure it's because it's an increased mask wearing for me as we've been traveling and doing things like that. And it's important that we show people, that it's not perfection. It's having the right tools to take care of our skin when the issues come up. I think that's great. So, and that goes hand in hand with thinking about what videos will you be doing this month. And I know some of you are scared to death of video. I know you are. And so I want to tell you that a safe space that I found to start in is doing videos in your stories. I think that that's a really great place. And I don't know about you guys, but I found that my market lives more in their stories anyway. I know I live in my stories more, and I know that way more people probably see my stories than see my actual post. So what videos will you be doing? Whether it's going to be demonstrating something or talking to them about what foods affect, your skin. And that's a great one. Holidays, eating sweets, like all that stuff, anything like that. So right now, let's take a minute. I'm going to set the timer. Just going to set it for about 3 minutes. And I want you to brainstorm or pin down how will you be adding value to your market, and what videos will you be doing, okay? We'll talk about days and times in a minute.
Hey, Sarah. Sorry, I had to step away and powder my nose. What was the question?
I was just setting the timer to give us a moment to just make a list of how we want to add value, what videos we want to do, and how we want to add value this month. It's just a quick list, and then in a few minutes we will begin putting those things into our calendar.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing that we want to think about on a monthly overview is which products will we be highlighting this month. And I will say, I actually feel the same way about January as I do about December. I feel like our hydration products are really good. I feel like Reverse is great to share in January because, again, people are thinking about their dull skin and things of that nature. Of course, I actually think a really good thing to do in January is a solution tool challenge. So I think that is really fun if you have not done it, because where we'll focus our posts and our things on certain products like that. But we all know that whenever we do get in touch with someone who wants to know more about what we have and how we can help them, then what we start with is the solution tool. And so something that might be very beneficial for you in January is to build your list of clients and contacts through a solution tool challenge. And that is just telling people, hey guys, I'm in a challenge to see how many people I can get to take the skin quiz within a month, right? And honestly, maybe we'll do something on the team this month like that, but maybe not. You can just say that you're in a challenge because it would be kind of fun to find out like how many you can get. Maybe I will pop that on the team page this week. I think that might be kind of fun to do, just for a little something to see who can get the most people to take it. Because it really is fun. And you'll be so surprised how many people will like do that just to like help you win a challenge. And then also, depending on the amount of people you get to do it, the odds are, 1 in every 8 or 10 people that do it, they're going to actually want some products, right? And so you can get both immediate benefits from something like that. And then also, of course, long-term, because you have their information forever to be able to follow up with them once they've done the skin quiz. Make sense? What else do you guys think about January products? Do you guys have any faves?
I always do a hydration.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll go
I would say I
first.
always do a hydration event in January, just because it's cold and whatever. But also for the past 3 years I've been in business, Active Hydration Serum has been on sale in January, which I'm hoping that that's the case. I went back and checked through my emails. And so I'm hoping Tuesday, because it's always been early January, so it's usually like 20% off when you bundle it with a regimen. So I hope that they do that. But I've been waiting for their email to come out on Tuesday to be like, okay, I'm setting my date for my event and I'm going to base it around that. So I'm banking on that. If not, then I'm still going to do a hydration event just because winter skin is thirsty.
Really great point. Really great point. I think I'm going to take what you just said into consideration for the event that I'm doing later this month. I was just going to kind of do it on my favorite things that I love to use, but you are really right. Especially for here, January and February are harsh, cold, cracky skin months. And so I may do that as well. I love that. Anybody else?
I was going to do the Bright Eye Complex just because I feel like everybody needs to look fresh and not tired. And then we're going on vacation at the end of the month. So I'm going to be highlighting some essentials so that when we go on vacation, I can also call those out.
That's awesome. That's super smart planning. Very smart. Which actually takes me into the next thing that we want to look at on a monthly basis for our calendar is what do we have going on? What birthdays? What anniversaries? What things do you already have that can't be moved? But honestly, Julie, that's a great point there. Things that can't be moved and can also be used to double as content. We went on a trip for my best friend's 40th birthday, and we washed our face, and I time-lapsed it, and you better believe I'm going to be using it as content for months to come. And so think about where you're going and what you're doing, and how can that, if you are doing something like that, how can that be tied into content? Because that's gold. Anything you can't move, appointments, birthdays, anniversaries, all that kind of stuff.
Is book club back this week?
Yeah. Oh, Julie, tell her.
I was on mute. Yes, book club is back on, but I just have not had a minute to like make the post. Sarah has reminded me a couple times to jump on there, and I'm like, I will, and I just haven't got there. So if everybody's ready, tomorrow we're going to be doing Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and what's the title?
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Thank you. It's a mouthful for me. I had a little bit of this training before, and it's super exciting because they gave us skills, at least in the training, that we could use to, just even to spark up a conversation with somebody that we don't know anything about, or how to learn something about someone that we just met that, maybe sometimes doesn't come up in easy conversation. I've listened to a little bit of it on Audible. I'm not going to lie. I'm not excited about the narrator. But I think that there are super good lessons to be learned of it. So I hope that people will want to join us. I will go on there. I will go on there this afternoon and put a screenshot of exactly. And Sarah, did you get the digital one or no? So there's two books. One's Digital Age and one is not.
So I haven't gotten any yet because I'm waiting for your instruction.
Okay.
So I think what I would love if you did, and what everybody would love if you did, is if you would screenshot the one that you are using.
Yeah.
If you would tell them book club is going to be at 7 p.m., meet up Mondays at 8. Book club's going to be at 7 p.m. And we start tomorrow, but they don't have to have the book yet tomorrow. We're just going to talk about what we're going to be reading, right? And just let them know that. And I would post that both on the team page and in the book club group.
And Natasha, you can weigh in here if you want. I've talked with Allison and Sarah both about this, but we were talking about doing in the digital age because it does include more of the, Facebook and Instagram, and that's more up our alley. But there's two different versions, and I was thinking the digital era version would be best for us because that is what we do. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on all those things. So that was the one I was going to choose, and I will screenshot it and post it later.
Right, I'll download it now.
I think that sounds lovely. Great choice, leader Julie.
Yay!
I'm really excited about it. I know it's always a bummer when the narrator sucks, but on that note, while you're writing down things in your month that can't be moved, I really encourage you and hope that you are writing down Monday nights, Meetup Monday. This month, I've already put all of them out. I've already put all of them out, and if you had a chance to look at it, then you will notice that I have already included that tomorrow night is going to be a power hour. On the 11th, I'm going to be talking to you guys about recruiting. On the 18th, we're going to be doing a power hour, and on the 25th, I'm going to be talking to you guys about events.
Would you mind explaining your power hour?
Oh yeah. We come and we take a couple of minutes to settle in. I always ask you guys if you have any pressing issues. If you do, we'll cover them super quickly. Other than that, I give you language and an idea of the person you're reaching out to, whether I say go pick everyone with the last name of K, or everybody you knew in second grade, or everybody that whatever. Like, I'll pick an area of a person to go reach out to, and then I'll tell you the language to use. Clearly tweak it to you, and then we set the timer and we work for an hour. Okay?
That sounds amazing. I've never been to one, so that's why I asked.
I'm really excited, and I'll tell you one of the things that I'm really, personally, I'm really excited about bringing this back in a consistent way at least for the first 2 quarters of this year, is that part of my yearly goal is to actually work less so that I can be way more involved in my son and daughter's senior year and all sorts of stuff that they have going on. The only way for me to do that is if I am meticulous with my time. And that means getting my reach outs and my level of people that I'm inviting to the products and business up. And so if I'm sitting down for an hour on Monday night, you better believe I'm getting all my reach, and my goal is to get all my reach outs done for the week. And if you do it right and you don't let fear get in your way and you use that hour and work, you can do it. Because the entire idea behind this business is that you have total freedom. You're not working all the time. It's not consuming everything that you do. Yes, it can sometimes, but we don't want that. We want total freedom. And so I love a power hour.
And these strategy Sundays are every Sunday?
They are every
time?
Yeah, every Sunday, same time. I moved it to 2 because it works for me better. It allows me to go grocery shopping or go to eat after church or anything that I need to do like that. At 1, I was really rushing home. And a lot of people actually could not come at 1. So moved it to 2, strategy Sunday. And we're going to do this the first Sunday of every month. We'll talk about the month view. So it'll be a little bit longer. And then we'll go into what we're about to do right now, which is, our weekly things, our time blocks, what we're going to be doing and who we're going to be talking to. And then the rest of the weeks, we will just be talking about the weekly view. Makes sense? And a lot of it you'll find, for those of you that either were able to come to the 2-hour planning session for 2021, or you've been able to rewatch it, the way that this is set up and the way that was set up, the way that I wrote that out was so that if you did all of those things, then you are planning your year to your quarter, to your month, to your week, to your day. Okay? Therefore, the goals that you set for yourself in a year, bring X amount of people on my team. If you listen to Romy's training, then she taught you about how to set PSQV goals and things like that. Then you're able to actually execute the small daily disciplines that it needs to get that done. Are you guys ready to move on from things that can not be moved in January? Yeah, okay, good. The next thing that we're going to cover is client communication. How do you plan on communicating with your clients this month? Do you have any sort of plan through your preferred customer page? Are you sending emails? How are you doing that? You should have some form of plan for how you're going to communicate, therefore bringing value. Honestly, it kind of goes in the same category, but I always do this separately. How am I specifically communicating with my clients? So let's take a couple of minutes. As Julie was talking about earlier, learning customer service, in that aspect of supporting your people, because when they signed up for products with you, you probably made some sort of promise to take really good care of them. And so the follow through is incredible.
Sarah, what was the name of I know you've said it like 5 times and I write it down, but I don't know where. The people that you bought their email templates that you really love. I decided I'm going to start sending emails and I wanted to buy them, but I remember it only had the word glow in it.
Yep, hold on a second. I'm sending it. It's called theglowandco.com. And it is, it's Jenna Hansen and Shelby Rose. Here, let me pop it in here. And I'm telling you guys, I don't want anything to do with creating an email. Okay, nothing. That creativity is not in my wheelhouse, nor do I plan on it being in my wheelhouse. But
can you speak to me real quick about sending emails? Because I don't send emails to anyone. Like, I only work over Penny Messenger, and they get the emails that RF sends for me.
Yeah. So it is my belief, and I think I really just talked about this mildly last year, but you guys are going to hear it more from me this year. It is my belief that we need to be considering what would happen to our business, not fearful, but considering what would happen to our business if social media told us that we couldn't use it anymore. I don't know if you guys know, but recently TikTok has banned any network marketing from their platform. You can't advertise, you can't do anything on TikTok that has to do with selling a product, okay? So that just goes to show you that at any point in time, the team page, guys, any of it could go away because Facebook says, nope. And so as a serious business owner, you need to have a way to communicate with you need to have a way to run your business off of social media. And it's something I started exploring it last year. And that's how I found these emails and some other things that I'm still kind of exploring. And my advice is to start small. So just begin by, doing an email campaign like this. This gives you 3 to 4 emails that you can send to your customers. You use a platform called MailChimp, and there's a paid for and a free version. Free version is fine. And the cool thing is that when you buy from the Glow & Co., there's even a video tutorial on exactly how to do it through MailChimp. So you don't have to know anything. Does that make sense, Julie?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. And you will probably hear me talk about this a lot, guys, because I will be completely honest with you. In my 3-year goals, part of my 3-year goals is to have my business off of social media, that it is running fully. I may utilize social media a little bit to build my brand and do things like that, but I'm taking it off because I believe in the value of connection with my people, like true connection. And so how can I do that? And the other way is because I don't want to be at the mercy of a social media platform for any of my things. So, okay. So if you are only in the beginning stages of client communication and things like that, I would suggest that you just take a look around at the site that I just sent. Don't be real overwhelmed by it. Look at it and then just start asking yourself some questions. How do I communicate with my people? What do I want them to know? If I was my customer, what would I want given to me? And honestly, that's just kind of the way that I started too. I started asking myself, if I was my customer, what would I want from me? And so I just started doing a couple of those things. All right. So weekly, tell you the truth, you guys are welcome to do this on a monthly if you want to, but it's my belief through trial and error that it doesn't matter whether you do this part monthly or weekly, it just must be done. If you want to write down every person that you plan on reaching out to for this entire month, you knock your socks off, okay? But I really suggest that you do it for the week. And last year, I told you guys that we weren't gonna do it on here, but that you needed to do it before bed. And I'm actually going to give us about 5 or 6 minutes before we start doing anything else, because I believe that one of the most important things that we need to know going into our week is who are we going to invite to the business or the products, because it doesn't matter what you post. It doesn't matter how cute your video is. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. It's good. It matters, right? There's a place for it. But your business isn't growing if you are not inviting people to the business and the products, okay? And so much of that has to do with mindset, right? But what are one of the tricks that we can use when mind games come into play, when fear starts coming into play, is preparedness. And a lot of times if we've already done that preparedness work, then the fear has less of a chance to really take us down. So I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes, and I want you guys to make a list. My list is gonna be 20 people that I'm gonna invite to look at the products in the business, and that goes with my goals. Your goals are your goals. If you have massive goals, then you should probably bump that number up. I have very specific goals. And so I'm gonna be asking 20 people if they wanna look at my business plan this week. So I'll set the timer and we will meet back when it's done. I want to encourage you guys when you begin doing this work, the same thing that just happened to me is going to happen to you. You're going to be like, oh, something's going to tell you why you shouldn't reach out to that person, but a name is a name. It's connected to a human, and you as a human just really need to ask that other person, hey, do they have any interest in checking out this thing that you do? You really like it. You think maybe they would too. And that's your entire job. Okay. That's the beginning of your entire job. Can't do anything else until you've done that. So just put the name down on the paper and then ask the question.
Sarah, you totally clocked me when you said that, because that just happened and then you said it. So thank you.
Welcome. It was happening to me. I was getting ready to skip a name. Nope.
But I mean, don't try to do like do classes until you get your what you want to do and how you want to do it. But they're good. Yeah. Something's burning in here.
Okay, guys, does anybody need any more minutes? I will tell you something that was helpful for me. I grabbed a lot. Okay, go for it, Mickey. I grabbed a lot of pieces of paper that I have names written down on from previous years. And it's just something that I've kind of held on to. And then over the past couple of weeks, I cleaned out my office and I got that together. And I just wrote down the first 20 names that were on that list. And I want to talk to you guys about numbers just a little bit. I don't know what your goals are. If you're curious whether your goals are reasonable, you're welcome to privately ask me and I will do my best to help steer you in the right way. But for me, I will tell you, and I'll also tell you that in the beginning of your business, it's going to look different depending on what your goals are. Like, honestly, if you're an EC right now and your goal is to get to level 5, a steady level 5 by the end of the year, your numbers should be bigger than mine. Okay. They should be bigger than mine when it comes to reaching out on a weekly, but I'm going to break it down for you. I picked 20 because I believe out of 20 people, if I ask 20 people, then I'll get 2 people that would be interested in having a conversation with me. It's part of my goal to get 2 people a week to actually look at our business plan or look at the products, really the business plan. I'd like to get 2 people a week. I believe that by having that amount of people each week, roughly, 4 weeks in a month, then out of 8 people looking at our business plan, I'm really hoping one of them will say yes, right? Does that make sense to you guys? Thinking about it in that numbers way. And it's been my experience that that is the way that it will work out. During the months that I'm not hitting my goals and I'm not doing my things, it's directly related to the amount of people that I ask the question to. Directly. So that at the end of the day, the only person that I and you ever have to blame about where you are in your business is either you're seriously lacking in skills, okay? Like nobody knows, likes, and trusts you, and so that's why they don't want to do that. Then you need to work on that, okay? Or if you're not asking the question. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. And that's the hard truth. I know it to be true from both coaching people for this long and having to get real about where they were and where I was, and also living with myself. All right, so the last thing, Mickey, do you still need time?
I do, but that's okay. You can push through. I just had like 4 other names.
Okay, great. So the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take our week now, okay? And you are gonna take your week and you are going to look at the things that you said that you wanted to do this month, and you are gonna pop those things in a week. So for myself, I'm gonna put which day I'm gonna be doing the video that I said I wanted to do. I'm gonna do that on this day. I'm gonna put that down, and I'm gonna put it down during the time block. For those of you that time block, and I highly recommend it, right now you're just going to be working on your work time block, okay? Next week when we do just the weekly session, we'll talk about priorities and stuff like that, but that's something that I want you to do on your own after we are off of here. Make sure you're putting your priorities on there, your you time, your time with your kids, your time with your husband, your time with your fur babies, all that kind of stuff. You need to make sure that that's on your calendar in a time block somewhere. Therefore, to avoid, Mommy, you're always working. No, sweetie, this is my work time block. Do you see this time block? It's pink. It's yours. When we get to there, I'm going to be all with you. We're going to be doing this. Okay. And I promise you, it's going to give you that freedom that you're looking for if that's something that you deal with. Okay. So now we're going to pop our things in not only the day, but also the time. So it's going to look like Thursday at 8 p.m. to wrap up the day, I'm going to be washing my face with what I'm currently using inside of my client group. It's going to look like Monday at 8 p.m. I'm going to be doing a power hour, and that's actually when I'm going to reach out to all 20 of these people. Does that make sense?
Sarah, you said you were doing Power Hour on tomorrow, the 4th, and the 18th.
Yes.
At what time?
For a meetup Monday at 8 o'clock.
And then the other 2 weeks, the 11th and 25th, what were those ones going to be about again? Sorry.
The 11th is about recruiting, and the 25th is about events.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you happen to know yet what kind of lists we should have prepared for Power Hour, if any?
I honestly think that tomorrow night, I'm probably going to use either if you have a list prepared, like those of us that just wrote down 20 names, we're gonna use general language. And I think we're only gonna do 2 different examples instead of 3 or 4. Because for me, I want to knock out all 20 of those. And so I need to use general language. And then I will probably, for the second one, give some examples of last name ends in this, just to make sure that we're not missing people and skipping people. How's that sound? Okay. I will tell you that the next Power Hour that we're going to have is going to be surrounding inviting to an event. Okay. Hopefully. We all will have events on the calendar. So, and then on the next meetup Monday, since I'm actually covering events for those people who did not schedule an event on their own in January, hopefully they'll be scheduling one in February, because I do know the team incentive for February I'm going to do in surrounding events. So we'll also be inviting to events on the 3rd Power Hour. Okay. All right, guys, the last thing left on my list, because I know that this is probably everybody's favorite. I know it's fun and it's kind of mine, is I'm going to go through nationaltoday.com. And in terms of planning your social media content for the month, I believe in working smarter, not harder. And I really think you need to be spending some time thinking about, like we just talked about, what products, what videos, what things are we going to be doing on social media this month. But I think one of the things to keep it fun and light and just keep people coming to your page for something consistent and something interesting. There's so many comments on posts like this because it's just, it's fun to do, and polls and stories and things. So I'm going to go through what days are what. Today is January 3rd. And there's actually a really good one for today, I believe. Today is National Chocolate Covered Cherry Day. And so you could absolutely ask people, chocolate covered cherry, yes or no? And so that would be a really great poll to do in your stories. Just go on WordSwag or Pinterest or something and find a picture of a chocolate covered cherry and then do a poll, chocolate covered cherries, yes or no. and get that engagement up, because when that engagement is up, people actually see the Rodan and Fields content that you're putting out as well. So I love that for today. Tomorrow is National Spaghetti Day. Ask people for their favorite spaghetti recipes. I bet they have some like old, good, legit spaghetti recipes. So that's a really good one. I don't know what this is about. January 4th, tomorrow, is also National Thank God It's Monday Day. I'll probably do something about that because I love Mondays. And then January 4th is also National Trivia Day. So I wouldn't do more than one post about it a day, but one thing that you can do if you like more than one thing is you could maybe post about National Spaghetti Day and put in your stories about National Thank God It's Monday Day, or put in your stories National Spaghetti Day and then make a post about Thank God It's Monday or National Trivia Day or whatever you want to do. So therefore getting more out of them if there's a day that you just love more than one on. January 5th is National Bird Day. It is also National Keto Day. And it is also National Whipped Cream Day. Oh, a great question. Sorry, backing up to tomorrow, January 4th, National Spaghetti Day. I just thought of like asking people meat sauce or no meat sauce. People probably very polarized about that one. I know they are in my house, so they probably are in the public. January 6th is Epiphany. It's also National Bean Day and National Cuddle Up Day. January 7th is National Bobblehead Day. But much more importantly, it's my birthday. Okay. So I just feel like that's a little bit bigger than National Bobblehead Day.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
The 8th is Earth's Rotation Day. I don't know a thing about that, guys. It's also Elvis Presley's birthday. And more importantly, National Bubble Bath Day. Okay.
I was on a different site, and the 8th is National Winter Skin Relief Day.
Oh, yes. I'm writing that down. Which website is that?
I think it was nationaldaycalendar.com. Because are you just on what day? What one are you on?
I use nationaltoday.com.
Okay.
Yeah. I like
I
the
couldn't
way.
remember which one we had used in the past, and I had brought that up.
Yeah, that's awesome. January the 9th is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. It's pretty awesome. You can have somebody tag somebody in law enforcement that they respect, know, or love, and you can send them a sample or something like that. January 10th is National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. And also National Houseplant Association Day. January 11th is National Clean Your Desk Day. National Fourth Graders Day. National Hot Toddy Day.
That's so good for me.
It's also National Milk Day. Okay. January the 12th is Kiss a Ginger Day. Pretty fun. It's also National Pharmacist Day. You could do the same thing, have somebody tag a pharmacist. And then National Youth Day. January 13th, that's pretty cool. Korean American Day. And National Gluten-Free Day. And National Rubber Ducky Day. Oh my gosh, that's funny. And it is also National Sticker Day, which sounds fun. Oh, not as fun as January 14th, though. National Dress Up Your Pet Day. I bet people would love to drop their favorite picture of their pet all dressed up in your comments of that post. Also, National Hot Pastrami Sandwich Day. January 15th, Martin Luther King's birthday, federal holiday. National Bagel Day. What's your favorite type of bagel? I feel like that discussion could get kind of hot. Cream cheese or no cream cheese. National Hat Day.
Do you toast them or not toast them?
Whoa, that's fighting question right there. I really love these because it's so fun to see what people are passionate about. It really is. January 16th, National Fig Newton Day, followed by, I think, my very favorite, National Nothing Day. Feel like it's something if you made a day out of it. January 17th, National Hot Buttered Rum Day. January 18th, federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Toasted, me too, Kelly, toasted. January 18th is also National Thesaurus Day and National Winnie the Pooh Day. January 19th, National Popcorn Day. Extra butter or not? January 20th, it's National Cheese Lovers Day. What's your favorite kind of cheese? Followed by National DJ Day and National Penguin Day. Oh, the 21st, everybody needs to do something. Deb, me too, movie theater butter, like ×2 on mine. January 21st is Get to Know Your Customer Day, okay? It falls on a Thursday. And so you better be using this to either, depending on the time you have and how much effort you want to put into it, writing all of your customers personally and saying, hey, today's National Get to Know Your Customer Day. I want to tell you how thankful for you I am and being able to serve you and help you with your skin. And also want you to tell me one fun fact about yourself. Or putting it on your page. A picture, a graphic that says it's Get to Know Your Customer Day and asking them to drop a fun fact about themselves below. Museum Selfie Day, National Banana Bread Day. That would make a great one because you could ask people for the recipes. National Hugging Day. And National Squirrel Appreciation Day. All right, January 22nd is Celebration of Life Day. National Answer Your Cat's Question Day. Whatever. National Blonde Brownie Day. Ooh, that would be a good poll. January 23rd, National Pie Day. What's your favorite kind of pie? January 24th falls on a Sunday. is National Beer Can Appreciation Day. So just in case you don't feel like you're appreciating the can of your beer enough, there's a day for it. Better than that, it's National Compliment Day. And I will be asking people to tag someone and give them a compliment. It's also National Green Juice Day and National Peanut Butter Day. January 25th, National Bubble Wrap Association Day, National Fun at Work Day, National Irish Coffee Day, and Opposite Day. Really is Opposite Day on Monday the 25th. January the 26th is Australia Day. That's fun. If you know anybody in oh guys, wait, this is perfect. January 26th on Australia Day, have people tag someone they know in Australia. You just grew your contacts of people that might want to buy our products in Australia or join your business. Clearly, you would just be beginning to build your relationship with these people. Do not be creepy. Do not be spammy and just go ask those people. But you could genuinely build a relationship with some of these people through that question. Just gonna, I think I'm actually gonna write that one down because I don't have that one written down yet. Okay, the 26th is National Spouses Day and National Peanut Brittle Day. 27th is International Holocaust Remembrance Day and National Chocolate Cake Day. And the 28th is National Daisy Day, National Kazoo Day, and National Lego Day. The 29th is National Puzzle Day. The 30th is National Croissant Day. And the 31st is National Backward Day and National Hot Chocolate Day. Okay, guys, that's it. We've gone through a whole month, okay? Hopefully you have the list of people you're gonna be reaching out to. Hopefully you have a clear idea of what you're gonna be posting about this month, where you're gonna be bringing value. You know, that's an hour of time of work that we just gave to our month. I promise that if you work your plan, it will be valuable, okay? And then from here forward, during the month of January, we will just be focusing on our weeks.